Hello, everyone. Welcome to Binary Alpha Season 5. This is our class number 12 Q&A session. Everyone just had a chance to watch the gap and split risk management class video, and now here we are in a Q&A session. So let's jump right in. First, what did you guys think about this session? This is definitely just as important as understanding the logics, I would say. Stefano says it's really important. It definitely is important. It's just as important as understanding how to trade the logics because, in a way, this is the overarching logic of emotional management, money management, being able to have the proper mindset. Yeah, money management in today's class, is some of the most important. You're right. So, did you guys have um, any questions about this specifically? Maybe about the whole how you recover if you get into some losing situations and stuff like that. Wait a minute, see if anybody had questions specifically about the class today. I would not think there would be a whole lot of questions. Um, Stefano says it's really tough to stop a cycle and quit with a two bullet loss. It is, but again, if you are confident in your understanding of seventh and invalid seventh logic, then you can actually confidently stop when you have two losses and realize that you can recover even in a safer way in a different cycle where you can have your emotions and your mindset more in the right place. Okay, Eurus says, Adam, if I don't stop after a second bullet but third bullet, can I still go for recovery with the last bullet somewhere else? Yeah, you can, and basically the way to do that is see if we can find any examples here. Basically, what we would want to look for then is a seventh or invalid seventh logic where it doesn't recover on the third bullet, and we see that happen, and we're very sure of the logic, and then we can go in and recover with our fourth bullet. So, say we have, um, let's see, say we have a scenario. Maybe I can just draw this out. Let's see. So say we have a scenario where, I don't know, say this is one candle going up. We have our flag and everything here. Okay, so we have our flag candle, and then we say we have a bonus. Okay, and then say we have, one loss and two loss. Now, here's our Kazi high-low right here. So say we're in a situation like this where um, we know it's a valid 1 minute seventh logic. Okay, valid 1 minute seventh logic, which would be a put in the scenario. Okay, and then we see this candle come up and go for a call. Now, if we're certain that this is a valid seventh logic and we've lost three bullets on another cycle, okay, then we skip this trade, but we watch for something like this, and then we use our fourth bullet here on this trade, okay? We use our fourth bullet here to recover. That's about the only way you can recover if you've lost three bullets in a different cycle. So, you see a cycle where the logic, and the fourth bullet is the last bullet left, and the logic, and you know how it's going to recover. Okay? That's about the only way to recover in any type of setup like that. Okay? Marco says, what's your recommendation, Adam, if you already lost a two consecutive cycle with seventh invalid seventh during your recovery time? Marco, do you mean that you lost two bullets somewhere else and then you lost another two bullets with a seventh or invalid seventh logic, like you didn't recover? Is that what you mean, Marco? Okay. I mean, then you use the gap risk management that we talked about. You come in here and you take time. You wait. you stop, you take a few hours off, maybe a day off, and you come back and you split your risk on how to recover. And you can either recover, this is the slide where we talked about that, where basically, if you lose a full, $103, well, you can recover two different ways. You come back and, do your 5, 10, 25, 63. With a 70% win payout, you earn $3 per win. It would take about a week for you to recover all that. Or if you become really good at seventh and invalid seventh logic, and you just use the back end, the $25 and $63, at a 70% payout, you make $18 per winning cycle, and you can recover that full loss within about 5 or 6 trades. So basically, you can recover, that full 4-bullet loss, here in about a day. Okay. All right. Greg says, agreed, it's hard to stop, but after a second or fourth loss, it's a good time to take a break, go back, watch one of the videos, giving both time. Yeah, exactly. It's good to go back, refresh yourself, figure out why it lost, take some time away from trading. Isn't it always better to stop after 2 losses and then look out for a recovery setup? I mean, it's really personal preference how you decide to play it. If you feel like the emotion and the pressure is too much, then it's fine to jump out of there. But at the same time, you can also stick with a cycle. Kazi sticks with cycles. Rarely does he use split risk. Sometimes he does. But he's very confident in the trades he's taking, so for him, it's easy for him to stay with 4 bullets in one cycle. Can you give a zoomed in MT4 split risk example? Well, I can just show. Let me see which ones I use for the. Let's see if I can find one. Maybe like a seventh or valid seventh situation. I mean, the basic idea is that, I don't know. Say you have this flag candle here. Okay. So say you have a flag candle here, and you get these 2 losses. Okay. And you feel like you're just not sure. You're not sure, what is this? Is this a valid seventh and invalid seventh? You just feel like you're not sure, So you stop. Okay? So you lose these 2 and you stop. So you've lost your $5 and your $10 bullet. So now in your mindset, you have to be looking for any type of valid or invalid seventh logic. Okay? Now, it just so happens that in a scenario like this, we actually get another flag candle here. We get these 2 little tiny losses, and you could go for invalid seventh 2-minute there and recover. So say you used your, this doesn't happen all the time, but say you used your $5 and $10 there and you lost, and then you come down here and you see this invalid seventh type situation develop. And you see this huge pinning, so the market's is struggling right here, but the market is probably going to finish down. And so if you're certain of this, then you can use your $25 trade here for a 2-minute put. And with this 3rd bullet, you've recovered the loss in this cycle. Okay, so that's one of the best ways to do that. Okay, Marco, I've lost some time and even splitting risk. I saw it very difficult to recover if you're not very good in 5th and 7th logic. Correct. Yeah, you have to become very, very good at 7th logic to to do well with this. Today's scenario went for invalid 5th logic only, and then 1-minute call, but probably it was a mistake. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is like it's an invalid 5th, so you're right. And then it went into, looks like a valid 7th logic 1 minute is what you have here. Okay. Yeah, you see how you drew through this candle? You can't really draw a trend line through a candle. So that's probably why this trend line wasn't very good there. Okay. Adam, you said that in trading in a group, there are going to be people working on bonuses and others working on sevenths and invalid sevenths. That means recovering cycles, or each one of us are going to be responsible for recovering our own losses. When you're working in a group, some people may be better at seventh and invalid seventh logics, and some people may be better at bonuses. And so you guys can split that up. When you're working in a group, you're working as a team. And so you guys can do both, and you can recover your own stuff, or if you feel like you need help, you can get somebody else to recover your own stuff as well, which kind of helps to split the risk as well. We need to master fifth and seventh for recovery. Yep. Amir says, okay, so previously we were told that once the cycle is over, we restart with our own money management. Now, if we are on the losing end with our bullets, $5 and $10 loss, we can take a pause and then jump back with another cycle. Right? Yeah. But Amir, again, when we said before the cycle is over, we're talking about if you stay in a cycle, bonus loss recovery, that cycle's over. You've recovered. So if you've recovered in a cycle, that cycle is over. But what we're saying is you can, with the money management, you can split your risk between two different cycles if you don't feel as confident with sticking with one cycle, sticking it out like an entire, two bonuses, two loss, seventh logic type thing where you have to use all four bullets. Okay, Martin says, Adam, are we utilizing the most mathematical way, or are there other possibilities? Meaning, have you tried different combinations? For example, instead of 5, 10 on the front end, you only go for 5. No, I mean, I guess you're saying like, you could stop with one loss as well and have 3 bullets left as well. I mean, there's multiple ways to do it. You can come in, win a bonus and stop, and then you just go into another cycle and win a bonus and stop. You can win a bonus and then lose one candle after that, and then stop and have 3 bullets left to recover with. I mean, there are multiple different ways you can do it. Split your risk. Okay. All right. Also, yeah, I mean, you could say, okay, you win a bonus and you lose a, one bullet after that, so you have 3 bullets left. You could come in and play a seventh logic with your bullets, 2 and 3, so your $10 and your $25. And if for some reason you lose that, you still have a $63 bullet to use, like I was showing before, where you could recover in a cycle's fourth bullet as well. So you could split your risk among 3 cycles as well if you need to. Okay, Amir says, would you recommend that we try split risk with the same market, or is it okay to try it and recover? Yeah, I mean, you can recover in a different market time. You can recover on a different currency. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter that pair. One of the things that Kazi does, though, is if he ever has, like, I don't know, say too many losses on one currency, like he just stops trading that currency for that day because maybe somebody's pushing it in a weird way or something. Again, that's not something you have to do. That's just something he does at times, just for his own psychology. Okay. Like a few guys are trying to type some questions here. Adam, to me, this is an invalid seventh because the second loss does not cross the second moving average, so one should go for 1 minute or 2. Okay. Again, these are a little bit of a trickier situations. Again, this is more like a first level, maybe even a half level here, but we have a break. Our second loss is kind of stuck in the second moving average, so yeah, we would either consider this invalid, and yeah, we would go for a 2-minute call there. So if for some reason you don't win in your first 2-minute call, you win in your second 2-minute call there. All right. Gamini says, Adam, what is the most cautious method of trading? Just trade in the 4 BA methods. I would say for me, what I always like to look for is, again, looking at the ranges of the market. Okay, let's say we look, we look at our market ranges, and we have places where we think the market could reverse from, maybe up here somewhere, or these pins and stuff. And I think, okay, let me mark those places with my tension, or not my tension line, my trend line. We press TL. Oh, sorry. we press TL and we double click, and we can set our trend line anywhere we want it to. And for me, I try to prepare in advance for, I don't know, just say, um, sorry, I can't move my, what's on here? Say, that I think, this pin right here, 130 point pin, is a good place for the market to get some type of seventh logic from. If I saw the market working its way down here, I would set an alert here and I would think, okay, this is a place where I may try to look for some type of valid seventh logic, because the market's going to try to do something there. There's going to be a reaction there. Or along these tension lines as well. Look along your tension lines. Very often stuff happens there as well. So for me, that's what I'm doing. I'm looking for places like that. Also, for me, my favorite type of seventh logics, besides the ones I've already showed to you guys before, is when the second loss is able to actually break the trend line. Then you have a really strong, trend direction shift. Okay, Adam, in mastering seventh and invalid seventh, how do you practice yourself when you started learning? I mean, really, the best way to practice is just go back on the history of the charts and look at setups and look at situations and try to figure out, why was this a valid seventh? Why was this invalid? What happened here? What was happening in the 1 hour chart? Again, is there a way that I can prepare my setups? Like I was just showing here before, in such a way that I can be a proactive trader rather than a reactive trader. Because again, very often the market, when it gets around these tension lines, it can give us seventh logics, invalid seventh logics, and as the market pushes up, as the market pushes up to different ranges as well. I mean, look at this. This is a beautiful one here. The market had a maybe third level break here, two bonuses, two losses. This is a perfect setup. You see the market got rejected really strongly there. You draw your trend line. You have a ton of space. You know, the market sometimes crosses these tension lines and comes back down. But this is a perfect type of setup that we would look for. Not the best flag candle, don't get me wrong, but as an advanced person, you could still trade this. You know, clear 2 minute seventh logic. There you go. There's your recovery for for whatever you lost 2 bullets on. Okay. All right. What about let's see. What about working first of all on seventh and invalid seventh in order to get some money credit before chasing bonuses? That way we'll have confident. I mean, you can do that too, but it's riskier. You can you're basically saying what is called a pre-recovery. You can pre-recover any potential losses you may get. Yeah, some people do that at times as well. Stefano says, when we use split risk after a second bullet loss, do we only focus on seventh and invalid seventh, or do we keep looking for bonuses? No, we only focus on seventh and invalid seventh logics there. Okay. Adam, when I lost 3 bullets, 5, 10, 25, is it okay to go and recover it in 2 to 3 cycles of a seventh? An invalid seventh is 25.63. If you've built enough money into the account, then you can. That's a way of what we call caterpillaring it. Kent and Larry do this quite often, where they caterpillar back their losing trades, and you can do that as well. You can. It's another way of splitting the risk. It just takes a little bit longer, maybe. Marco says, Adam, can we use a fake push for the recovery? You can use a fake push for recovery as well. That's it's one of the things we said, that fake push is first and foremost a recovery method. Stefano says, I'm sorry, Adam, just to understand it clearly, I meant looking for bonuses to trade as a new cycle, not to recover the lost one. With what you guys are doing now, you need to recover before you go back into bonuses. So it's always Always important. Honestly, recovery is one of the most important things in binary alpha and how we trade. That's why, Kazi didn't make all of his money because, he gets 99% of his trades right. Kazi has made money because he can recover 100% of his losing trades. And, that's the difference between what we're doing compared to, other methods of trading that may utilize, a percentage. If you say you trade $50, you trade $150 trades, and if you can win 65 to 70% of those, then you win overall. With binary alpha, we know it's different. We have to actually recover our cycles to stay profitable. Okay, Martin says, what do you do to control your emotion? When you're watching the market for hours, it's easy to start to use your own logic and play in the market while you're waiting for correct opportunities. Honestly, Martin, from my own bad experience of doing that, of being impatient and trying to do my own thing or whatever, it taught me to not do that. I mean, again, we're here for binary alpha because here's a guy named Kazi Noor who has, made many millions of dollars, and he sticks to what he knows. He doesn't try to jump off into a bunch of other things. And you have 7 guys who basically come to his house every day who he has taught who do the same thing. And so really it's ultimately about sticking with the logic. If you feel like you're getting that way, then I don't know, walk away, go watch a movie or something. It's sometimes it's hard to be patient. That's one of the biggest game. But again, understanding market structure, which is what we've talked about a lot before, can help us to see this stuff. We looked at these 1-hour charts. Let me look at Euro was trending pretty nicely today with head break. It broke here. These hours potentially gave some good bonuses, and so for me, I see the market working its way. Excuse me, the market working its way down here, and I think if the market starts trending here, I'm going to look at the beginning of each hour and see if the market trends, and that may give me some opportunities to take some trades. And so again, that's where we have to have a preemptive mindset where we prepare everything in advance for what the market may potentially give us. Let me just do this here. So this is a place where the market was either going to reverse or break through strongly. Okay, and so for me, I'm watching out for where the market may potentially push down from and give some bonus runs, and it may have here. I don't know. I wasn't watching binary alpha today. Yeah, so this is I believe this is where the market broke from, and after it broke, you get some nice opportunities. You get a flag here, loss recovery, D flag, 3 bonuses. The market breaks again here. It's not a good break. Market breaks here, loss recovery. The market breaks again here, loss recovery, D flag, 2 more bonuses, loss recovery. Market breaks here, loss recovery. Yeah, I mean, just right there in a couple of hours, you've done more than enough for the entire day. And again, that's just by understanding the market structure. Remember, here's our really big M pattern. When that M is broken, the market wants to keep pushing. There's nothing to stop it. If you look to your left-hand structure, there's nothing over here to stop it from continuing to push down. And that's what it does. And that's what Kazi does. He just prepares himself and says, you know what? I can get some bonuses here. He comes in, trades for a couple hours, gets 5 or 10 bonuses, and he's done for the day. And so I think that's one of the best ways to combat our impatience is just to look at stuff like that. Okay. Adam, if I win 3 bonuses, I will stop. But keeping in mind that in a previous trade, I lost 2 bullets and stopped, can I jump in here when I see that after 3 bonuses, there is a 7th logic coming up? Dirk, only if there's a D flag, because if you have 3 bonuses, the cycle's dead. We don't trade in a dead cycle. So you would have to have 3 bonuses then a D flag, then it turned into some type of seventh logic, and then you could trade it. But again, you have to you can't you can't trade anything after the cycle's dead unless you get a D flag, which is a continuation of the momentum there. So as long as we have a proper flag candle, I think we should be confident enough to take our bonuses. Yeah. As long as you have a proper flag candle and you don't see a lot, on your left hand structure. I mean, look at how the market flows here. Okay, this is one of the best pictures I can say of how the market flows. I mean, look at this. It drops down. There's a constant swing pattern to the market, and there's nothing over here. There's nothing to stop it from continuing to work its way down, and that's why the market does that. The market moves in that way. Again, here you get a flag, loss, recovery. You get a D flag here. There's nothing over here in the left-hand market. Loss, recovery, another D flag, another loss, recovery. You just keep going. I mean, here's just in this, these setups here. There's, loss, recovery. There's one D flag. You got about 10 points of space. You can try this. Try this if you want. Bonus, loss, recovery. There's 4 wins right there. There's another 1, 2, 3, 4 wins there. There's 8 wins within a time span of about 30 minutes. Again, just by, here's another win here, just by following, what's happening in the 1 hour chart. Okay. Adam, what does Kazi usually wager on his trades? It depends on what size account he's trading. I mean, honestly, guys, for Kazi, if a $500,000 or $1 million account is he actually says is pretty small for him right now to trade on. So again, he still uses the proper money management. So $1,000 we do $1,000 we do this percentage here. So if he's doing $1 million, his first trade size might be about 5,000. Yeah, $5,000 bonuses. Adam, is it valid to trade BA on M5 time frame? We don't trade BA in a 5-minute time frame, but we do trade head break in 5 minutes, and head break is pretty wonderful. I've had some nice success with head break so far, and I've really enjoyed it. So head break is kind of an extension of binary alpha in a little bit different way, but it's still understanding momentum. And so we trade that on the 5-minute time frame. Okay, any more questions, guys? We're close to our time for the class today. See if you guys are typing. So let's see if we have any more questions. We'll take maybe 1 or 2 more, and then we will finish up this Q&A session. Okay, Daniel. Pedro says, is head break safer than BA? I mean, honestly, that's just a matter of opinion. It depends on what you become good at, really. I mean, there's like Kazi's in-house co-traders. Some of them trade binary alpha. Some of them trade head break. It just depends on the trader. Depends on what you become the best at. I prefer head break. I enjoyed binary alpha, and it helped me to have a really good understanding of the momentum of the market. But I prefer head break myself. Daniel says, is it safe to take bonuses on level 1 if I'm recovering it in another cycle? If you have a proper setup on your 1-minute chart, okay, on your 1 hour chart. So if you have, what we were showing here, where the market is trending, the market is heavily trending. Okay, you have something like that. Let's see, You see how right here, right now, there's just a big space here. We don't know where the market wants to go. well, it made this Kazi high-low here for the day, so we can draw this out as well. But we also can come to our 4-hour chart and see, see a Kazi high-low here and pull that out. Anyways, um, so yeah, so here, if I see the market may have a potential to do something, like we were showing earlier, all these hours, and I have a good flag candle to level 1 there, then yeah, that's fine. We can trade something like that. In this setup here, this was, that level got broken, that big pin on the 1-hour chart got broken. Excuse me. And we had a flag candle, we had a bonus, a loss, and a tie. I would probably just take this one loss and stop here. But anytime after that, where we get a flag candle, like here we have a level cut. So here's a first level, and we get 3 bonuses. A lot of space there to work down to this next barrier. So yeah, it's safe to take them on level 1 as long as you have a good setup in the 1-hour chart. Because yeah, here, I mean, many of Kazi's trades are level 1 as long as he knows the 1-hour setup is good. So like here, for instance, again, we get a nice flag candle, 3 bonuses, and we stop. Again here, flag candle, loss recovery, deflag, 3 more bonuses. And this is a first level trade as well. So as long as we have a proper setup in the 1 hour, then we're good to take them on level 1. Okay, guys, any more questions? We'll wait maybe 1 more minute for questions, and then we will finish up with our session here. Any mental coaches at Binary Alpha? I mean, honestly, it's got to be something, I think, emotions and mentality we just have to all develop for ourselves through trading. And we have to be honest with ourselves what type of person we are. One of the things that I struggled a lot with Binary Alpha in the beginning was actually fear of losing, fear of losing. So that gave me a fear of trading. And so sometimes when I would trade in live money accounts, I would be fearful. And that's something that the only way to overcome is actually by taking a lot of live money trades. And so whatever you struggle with, that's something you have to figure out, and then maybe honestly read some about it. Read some about the different struggles that traders go through, because all traders go through some. What's funny is one of the things Kazi told us not too long ago is that if he won when he first started trading, if he won 3 trades in a week, he thought he was doing really good. We wouldn't think about that now. In one day, Kazi can get 25 to 30 wins on with Binary Alpha now, which is funny to think. Kazi, the guy who's taught us and done so well, he would get excited about winning 3 trades in an entire week, and so it's interesting to think about that. So everybody's gone through some type of different, emotional or psychological thing. And honestly, one of the only real ways to do it, or to overcome a lot of this stuff, is to follow these principles that we've shared with you guys, and then eventually trade with real money and actually make money. That's about the only way to really overcome that. And then, in time, you develop a plan, and then you stick with that. So I actually just printed out myself a checklist for head break and blindfold, and I've got it sitting here beside me. And when any type of trade comes up, I look real quick at my checklist, and I make sure that everything's in sync with that. Yes, right, Claude. Use the Book of Proverbs. There's definitely a lot of wisdom there. Okay, guys. Well, we will finish up this class on Wednesday. The main thing we will be talking about on Wednesday will actually be how you guys are going to set up your demo trading logs and stuff like that. So it's not going to be as much of a class, but I'll record something, and then we can have a short Q&A about that. Yet soon, I'm also going to do a class sometime soon about my checklist for starting to trade Binary Alpha, and we will talk about that as well sometime soon. So All right, guys. Well, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks for coming to the class today. And yeah, we will see you guys soon. Thanks so much.